What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about OBS Ford doors and their common issues. Now, overall these doors are pretty well designed, fit together door, and they really come apart and go together super easily. I got some video of me putting this door together because I already have put it together, obviously, currently. And honestly, I ended up taking the door apart probably 10 times over the course of the day, just for the fact that it's been probably 3 years since these doors have had everything hooked up and functioning in them. So it was kind of a little bit of a trial and error to remember, some looking up online to find and remember how all the linkages and everything were supposed to sit inside the door. So I also used a new seal kit for the doors through Bronco Graveyard, I believe. And overall that seal kit has been really good. A couple of the things that I didn't like is there's no measurements like cutouts for where the seals are supposed to go, so I ended up having to pull the wing window out and readjust where that seal sat several times. Now the quickest way that I found now to do it is leave the main window out, throw the wing window in, and measure that seal out first before you put anything in there after you've assembled your latch and everything. And I'll show that on the other door after I get the rear axle back together so we can move it and I have more room. Now obviously too, if you can't tell, those are actually Chevy mirrors, and I don't have any footage of getting that put on. That was before I started filming and doing YouTube, but I will show you kind of an overview. We got those hooked up yesterday, or put on yesterday, and I forgot to film it, and that is an absolute bummer because they turned out awesome. They look killer. So let's get talking about some of these common issues on these doors. Alright, so we ran outside here so I can show you one of my spare doors. Just show you a common failure point of these doors, and that's right underneath your latch. If you're breaking your door latch, or not your door latch, but your door handle a lot, usually this is the problem you're having. If you look, this is where your latch would, or not latch, your handle would sit, and your handle would come out right here, and the assembly's right here. Well, this sheet metal gets cracked out underneath this, and then you get a ton of play right there, and it actually will pivot at this point and then not pull on the cable hard enough to pop the release. There is a company out there making a plate that you pop rivet and reinforces this area to fix this problem. But I'll take you over to my door and show you what I did. Okay, so here's the inside of my door. Get the wiring harness out of the way here. So as you can see, I actually made a template out of a pretty thick sheet metal, mild steel sheet metal. I forget what gauge it was, but then I welded mine in, and it comes down and welds in right here. And that allows a nice rigid platform for this to function on. A lot of times if you're breaking this handle a lot, that's the cause right there. Now, another thing that I found yesterday with these doors, my grandpa had this truck before me, or I mean the truck that the doors and stuff came off of, and he had a problem with this driver's door never actually opening from the inside for a lot of years there, and they told him his latch assembly was all messed up. And I got to looking at it finally yesterday, and I found something interesting. You see how the mechanism here, this has a nice angle to it, so nice and lengthy, makes the pull correct for the cable. This is the one out of his door that was in there. See how it's been folded forward there? That would cause it so that the cable couldn't pull far enough forward and allow that latch to pop, and that was his problem all along. His latch actually functioned better than the latch that I had in my old doors, so I actually ended up leaving it in that door and just swapping out my handle assembly, and it all works perfectly now. So might want to look for that as well. So there we go, some of the common problems. So another thing that I ran into when I was taking these doors apart, or putting them back together really, is the door lock actuators are held in by a spring clip almost. Now, I struggled with finding a decent video showing how to get those back in, and after digging I found it, and then talking to another guy that's huge into Fords that's lives around here. They're held in by a factory pop rivet, and what you end up having to do is you drill that pop rivet out and then put a bolt through. Now, I did that on mine, as you can see. I gotta go get a washer still, a big like body panel washer to put on this side, but let's see if we can. You can't really see, but down in here's your door lock actuator, and let's see if I got a spring clip. So here's one of those mounts. This is what it looks like inside the door, and your door lock actuator would be mounted with two like pins right here, and it goes up to your latch assembly. So what ends up happening is you drill this out, and then this is just a 1/4 by 20 bolt. I just put on the inside, put this back on the table like this, stick it on, then mount your door lock assembly and everything in, and just bolt this from the outside. Much easier than trying to pop rivet back in and get this apart. I think I have video of me pulling apart the other door that shows kind of the process that I did this on, so I'll put that in this video as well. But overall, these doors really aren't too bad. The other note I will say with these doors is do not use a screwdriver, a regular screwdriver, to try and get the latch assembly loose. And what I'm talking about is right here. Scratched my paint, but these are Phillips head screws, and they're a little bit larger than a normal Phillips head screw. You need to use an impact driver or something like that to pull those loose. You will 100% strip those out if you try to get them with a normal screwdriver, and then you will be in a world of hurt trying to get that latch assembly out. I have an air hammer attachment just because I do stuff like this a lot at work. I have an air hammer attachment that has that kind of bit in it, and you just use a wrench and air hammer and wrench at the same time. Super easy. But impact driver, something that gives a little force inward as you're trying to spin it, that is the only way to get those loose. You'll strip them any other way, so do that. Alright guys, we're gonna get started on putting together the left-hand door real quick, and I thought I'd just give you a quick overview on how to get these doors apart. Takes no time, really easy. First thing you're gonna wanna do is roll your window all the way down, and then to get the wing window out, which is the first part, you got a bolt right here, and I believe they're 8 mil or 6 mil, one of the two. Two right here. You got one bolt right here, and that's an 11 mil, and then you wanna tilt it back like this and kind of pull it. You gotta twist it a little, pull it some more, and then twist it back, and it should come right out. Pop the cable right here, pulls out the front right there, easy. Use an impact driver, 3 Phillips head, knock those loose. Knock the center out of this, which is the pop rivet holding the door lock actuator. Knock that out, drill that pop rivet out, easy. And then your main glass, which you should do before doing the latch and stuff, comes out. It's just on a roller style thing. You just slide it out and it comes right out easy. Take this 11 mil bolt out, and that'll have the other rail that's inside the door. Easy, no problem. Alright guys, we almost got this left hand side almost dialed in. Oh, we'll go back here a little bit so we can see you better. And got the latch in. We just got to tighten up the door actuator mount, hook up the linkages and put in that lock, and it should be easy. Then we'll start putting the window stuff back in. Not a big deal there, that's all pretty straightforward. To get the seals measured out on this side, what we're going to do is we're going to put the wing window in, we're going to put the other rail in, and we're going to run from the wing window and then run the seal back down so we get it set right the first time and we don't have to take it apart a bunch of times. And then we'll take the wing window back out, throw the main window in, throw everything back in for the last time. Should be pretty quick, taking us maybe 15 minutes, not a big deal, so pretty easy. Well guys, hopefully you got a decent idea about how to get these doors together and apart. They're pretty easy, and yeah, it was pretty quick, not a big deal. We did it in, I don't know, 20-30 minutes, pulled one apart, put it back together, and got it all adjusted here. You can check it out. Nice thud. Oop. Ready to go. Well, thanks for checking out the video, guys. If you liked it, go ahead and subscribe. We got lots more content to come in the future, and maybe not on this truck. We're hopefully going to be wrapping this project up pretty soon, but lots of other vehicles to work on. So, thanks for watching.